All right, so, Ray Martinez. Motion to release property.
Mr. Galvan was sentenced, I believe it was last week.
Mhm.
You denied his application. You did retain jurisdiction. He was charged with evading of the vehicle and
Yes.
assault on a public servant.
Yes.
He's in custody. He just wants his car back. Or his family wants his car back. Somebody wants his car back.
Yeah, Judge, so the vehicle that was involved in the offense, it is belongs to the defendant's brother, Rudy Belmont. I did reach out to the detective on the case to make sure it's not being held as evidence in any other case. He did not respond to me. And as far as I know, it's not involved in or being, it's not evidence in any other case, in the case that we were here for today, and then the juvenile's case, which has already been closed out.
All right, and on these two cases, he entered a plea, correct?
Yes.
All right, so I don't, based upon the entering of the plea also, if he were to appeal, they're gonna say that he entered into a plea. So you don't have any objections to return of this property? Okay. All right, I will sign it.
Just gonna ask about somebody else while I'm up here.
Sure, but just 1 second before that, I say that. I don't know if you want to put the name of the rightful owner in here, because if you put the name, if you just say rightful owner, they're gonna ask for more paperwork. So if you know who the car belongs to, and if you want to put that in there, that way you won't have to come back.
I'll step back and do that, Judge, then I'll give the clerk the orders once I fix them.
There you go. And if you just have the state signed to the bottom of that, and we'll complete it. And if whoever else you're here for, if you let the clerk know, they'll put the file up here.
I think he's already gone back to the jail. I'm just gonna ask, could I have him tomorrow in case he's not here?
Oh, no,
today?
they didn't send them back. Everybody on here where I said
Well, he
1:30.
wasn't on the docket.
Oh,
Walk in. He had a warrant on MTR. He wanted to surrender, ask for a bond. And somehow
okay. Who is that?
Cummings, his last name is Cummings. And I had alerted Norma yesterday that I had filed a motion. I had given her a copy and all that.
Mhm.
He decided to walk into the satellite booking office this morning and got himself arrested.
All right, well, with regards to that, if you want, I can send an email and see if Judge Nahara can hear it. Because I know he's in the middle of processing then.
Right now he is, yeah. Well, I don't know. The bailiff wasn't sure where he was.
All right,
I
if you
hope they
wanna-
kept him, but I don't think they did.
If you want to check and see if he's in the middle of processing, because based upon what has happened before, if he's in the middle of processing, he's probably not going to be ready tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
So it will probably be Monday.
So can I ask him
Oh, sure.
if all of that
Yeah.
pans out? Just so I can tell whoever calls me about him that he's coming back.
Okay. All right, Norma, did you send the email?
Yes.
All right, thank you. All right, and Attorney Christian, they're getting your client now.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome.
Here, Judge, that further in the body of the order does have the owner's name.
Okay, thank you. All right, and if you make a copy and then give the original back to the clerk.
I will, Judge. Thank you.
All right. Alex Bacon. If you come forward.
Yeah.
Hello. Hi, your attorney is out ill. Have you had a chance to speak to him?
No, ma'am, I called, I got no answer. I've left a voicemail, no call return, and.
All right, if you would like another attorney appointed to you, we can appoint another attorney. Otherwise, we'll
Yes,
reset.
ma'am, because it's not the first time.
All right,
It's the
so
second
here's the
time.
thing. I'm just asking what would you like, okay? I don't let people speak negatively about other people when they're not present, okay?
I'm not speaking negative, I'm just.
Well, no. What I'm telling you is he's out ill.
Oh,
So that's why he's not here. It's not because he doesn't return phone calls. It's just that he's out ill. So I can reset this in 2 weeks, have him here, or I can have another attorney appointed for you.
I prefer another one.
All right, so if you have a seat, we'll get that for you, okay?
Thank you.
Thank you.
I don't, John. Hey. Got it. Stay on the GPS. Randall. Yeah.
And Yaya, if you could make sure, just go ahead and swear in Melissa Christian's client. All right, thank you.
Stairs. Over there.
We're going
down. Oh, the booking people are 1.5? Yes, yeah. The girl who actually, I don't know. If you put her down. Yes. it's in the book.
And Deputy Laura,
Yes, Judge.
we don't need Galvon,
He is up here.
I did it.
Galvan or Garay?
Camillus Galvon. It was just a motion to return property, so it's completed. Oh, just 1 second. Ray, do you need to give paperwork to Galvon or no?
No, he's not here, Judge.
Yeah, they say he is.
Oh, he
He's
is.
downstairs.
I don't need Calvin, no. I was already gonna sign. I didn't think they would bring him.
Oh, you don't need it?
Calvin, no. I'm in here.
Not Galvan. But coming here. Now when they go to satellite. I used to go to jail. Okay.
I just need to get trouble, sir. On Mr. Medellin, 2025 CR 003648. You're awesome. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right, Fernando Jimenez. All right, the court is calling 2025 CR 001924 and 2025 CR 000637. State versus Fernando Jimenez. Can I have parties announced?
Rick Pena for the state of Texas.
Melissa Christian for the defendant.
And are you Mr. Jimenez?
Yes, ma'am, I am.
All right, defense, do you have any objection to defense counsel appearing by Zoom?
We have no objection.
I'm sorry, state, do you have any objection? All right, Melissa, you were about to object to yourself. You're like, why is the judge asking me that? All right, Mr. Jimenez, do you have any objection to your counsel appearing by Zoom?
No, ma'am.
All right. Attorney Christian, did you receive all discovery? Did you review it with your client?
Yes, Judge.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Are there any applications in this case?
There are not.
All right, Mr. Jimenez, did you review the documents
Yes, ma'am, I did.
entitled True Bill of Indictment with your attorney? Did you understand them?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment in each cause number?
We do.
State and cause number 2025 CR 001924. You're proceeding on the indictment as presented.
No, Your Honor, they will be proceeding on that case with regard to only count one, we'll waive count two, and then we'll waive the repeat offender enhancement.
No objections.
And then in cause number 2025 CR 000637, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
No, Your Honor, we will waive the repeat offender enhancement with that case as well.
No objection.
All right, Mr. Jimenez, did you review the documents entitled Court Admonishments with your attorney? Did you understand it? And
Yes,
did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
yes, ma'am, I did.
You're charged with evading arrest, detention with a vehicle and assault family household member with a previous conviction. Those are each third-degree felonies. Range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 10 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine. If you have a plea bargain agreement with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
In each cause number, you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call, and the right to remain silent. Did you understand by entering into these plea bargain agreements, you were giving up those rights?
Yes, ma'am.
And did you intend to give up those rights and enter into plea bargain agreements in each of these cause numbers?
Yes, I did.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
He has, Judge.
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
He does.
Do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
I do.
Mr. Jimenez, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea?
No, ma'am.
Anyone promised you anything other than the plea?
No, ma'am.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes, ma'am, I am.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes.
In each cause number, the court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. In each cause number, did you review the plea bargain page with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, I do, and I did.
All right, according to the plea bargain agreement, punishment is to be assessed at 6 years in the prison. In one cause number, there's a $1,500 fine. There are no applications in either cause number. The cause numbers are to run concurrently. The state will take in consideration 2025 CC 002355. And the cause number ending in 37, there's an affirmative finding of family violence and there's to be no contact with the complainant. Did you understand that to be your plea bargain agreement in each cause number?
Yes, ma'am.
Defense, is that the plea?
That is.
State,
It is the plea, Your Honor.
did you review the waiver of appeal paragraph in each of the cause numbers with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in both places?
I did, yes.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes.
Counsel, have there been any such motions?
Motions have been filed, but none heard, Judge.
And cause number 2025 CR 001924, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
All right. And just so the record can be clear, in cause number 2025 CR 000637, did you understand with an affirmative finding of family violence, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition?
Yes, ma'am.
And did you understand that also with an affirmative finding of family violence, you cannot be designated as primary custodial parent?
Okay.
No, not okay. Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Knowing those things, do you still wish to proceed with this plea?
Yes.
All right. Then in cause number 2025 CR 000637, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
State, in each cause number, is there any evidence to support the defendant's pleas?
Yes, with regard to both cases, they will offer each evidence as exhibits 1 for 2025 CR 001924. And with regard to 2025 CR 00637, in terms of one contest.
Any
No objection in either cause number.
All right, and state in the cause number with the complainant that he is to have no contact with you. I mean, with her, have you had any contact with the complainant?
Yeah.
All right, thank you. You may be excused. And each cause numbers, did you review the document entitled waiver and consent to stipulations of testimony and stipulation with your attorney?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand it and sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state will call in the right to remain silent?
Yes.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports, but most importantly, there'll be no live testimony? Did you understand?
Yes.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments and review the same. State. And Miss Christian, I sent you a text message. Well, not a text message, a chat.
Just answered. And I just sent you another chat. Do you remember Attorney Barbara Slavin? Oh, yeah, I do.
That's what she would always write. And I would say, why are you shouting?
Why are you yelling at me?
And she's like, I'm not yelling. Now I understand what she meant. All right, while the state is doing that, in regards to cause number, we're back on the record. In 2025 CR 001924, the court is going to find that there's sufficient evidence to find you guilty and the court will find you guilty. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, please.
All right, and that cause number, the court will sentence you to 6 years in the prison, give you credit for any time served. This is run concurrent with 2025 CR 000637. And that cause number, did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, because that's a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Because it's a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand?
Yes.
All right. And let me give you a copy of your trial court certifications.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Rick, are you able to find it?
Hi, this is Marie. I would like to go over some legal matters with you. If you can think.
Ms. Christian, they're just waiting on getting the steps for that case.
Gotcha.
We're off the record while they're getting that. Here's the thing. This whole, what I've read in the police report. If you think somebody's paying attention too much to somebody that you care for, guess what? Be happy that somebody thinks the person that you're with is attractive, intelligent. But there's no cause for any of this. Now, what's going to happen is you're going to prison. You know, and if you think somebody is being unfaithful to you or cheating on you, then you only really have two choices in life. Either you accept it and forgive them, or either you say, I didn't sign up for this. This relationship is over and keep it moving. But you don't do this because otherwise you end up where you are now, which is going to prison.
I understand, Your Honor. I know I'm in a toxic relationship, right? I did try to file for divorce with her. She doesn't want to file, she doesn't want to sign the papers.
Oh, then you just keep it moving. And you can write a Lifetime movie about how you're such a great guy, so attractive, so intelligent, that this woman cannot leave you alone. But what you did in this, you can't do that. You got to let it go, you know, and move on. And if somebody won't give you a divorce, I will tell you, you can get a divorce from somebody if you really want a divorce, whether they show up or not. I've had people before, they said, I'm not going to agree to service. I'm not going to let you serve me. Guess what? Texas has something where you can actually just serve it by placing it in a newspaper, and they'll put it on a board at the courthouse. And that's your constructive service. So this whole thing where I'm never going to give you a divorce, catch me if you can and get somebody to serve me divorce papers, it's really a bunch of nonsense, because you can get a divorce without having to physically serve somebody.
It's not like not giving the divorce, it's like, I don't know how to go about it, you know? Either it's a financial problem or whatever it means, I
Oh,
don't know.
you can go to the Bexar County Courthouse. They actually have somebody over there who will help you. Now, if you're fighting for major property and everything, that's something different.
And, well, she has I have a daughter with her, and she holds, I pay.
Let me ask you something. And this is just information for me and what I always tell my clients. What I would tell my clients, that person who you say is toxic, who is now acting crazy. Yeah, once in a while, somebody will appear like this great person. You've dated them for 2 years. They've been great. Time when you sign paperwork, they turn in this other person and they're crazy. But usually you have some red flags that there is some crazy in that person, but you just choose to ignore it. We're back on the record. Any objection, Ms. Christian, to the amendment of the state's waivers?
There is no objection.
All right, after reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there's sufficient evidence in cause number 2025 CR 000637 to find you guilty. The court will find you guilty. Court will sentence you to 6 years in the prison, give you credit for any time served. There's a $1,500 fine, time and money to run concurrent. This will run concurrent with 2025 CR 001924, taking consideration 2025 CC 002355. There's an affirmative finding of family violence. There's to be no contact with the complainant and no unsupervised contact with minors. Did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes,
And did you sign it?
yes,
Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Because this is a felony conviction and also an affirmative finding of family violence, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand?
yes, ma'am.
All right, we can go off the record, make better decisions. All right? If you have an anger issue, you better take care of it. Because ask yourself, do you want somebody to treat your daughter the way you treat others? I think the answer to that is no. You know what somebody once said? They said a daughter's first boyfriend is her father, because from that person, they learn how they're supposed to be treated in relationships. All right? Good luck to you.
Thank you.
May I be excused, Judge?
Yes, you may. Thanks. Have a good
Thank
one.
you. You too.
Willard Cummings. If anybody else is ready, please just let the clerks know so they can put your file up here. All righty. So we are here for a bond.
Yes, Judge, we have a motion to set bond.
All right, let me just pull up his case very quickly. Oh, sorry, Judge. Oh, no problem. Thank you. All right. So he has a motion to revoke?
He does, Judge.
All right, does anybody know what the allegations in the motion to revoke is?
And I guess there's your copy.
All right, thank you. All right, court is calling 2024 CR 00947 State versus Millard Cummings. Can I have parties announced for the record?
Defendant for the state of Texas.
Raymond Martinez for Mr. Cummings.
Are you Mr. Cummings?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you're on deferred adjudication for assault family household member. All right, this motion to revoke, let's go off the record. All right, the motion to revoke is not correct because it shows that he's on bond for a misdemeanor.
It was reduced.
All right, so y'all maybe want to change the motion to revoke the wording of it. I mean, we'll let them know. So is he on, do we know, let me pull it up. Because I need to see if he's on for assault. Just a regular assault, or did you all make it an attempt? Let me see what it is. All right, let's do this. Before he is, yeah, it's just assault, bodily injury family member. So let's do this. Let's have them correct the motion to revoke, because otherwise he'll be released and then he'll get rearrested. So if y'all just give us a moment to have them put the correct motion in the system, and then I'll hear your request for a bond.
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes.
Would it be best to withdraw and refile, or could the state request an oral amendment?
Defense, will you object to an oral amendment?
We wouldn't, Judge.
All right, so just do an oral amendment, but we're not gonna hear the motion today, though. All right, Mr. Cummings, you can come back down. All right, so we're back on the record in 2024 CR 00947. So there's a motion to enter adjudication of guilt and revoke community supervision that has been filed. With regards to the motion to enter adjudication of guilt and revoke community supervision, are there any amendments?
Yes, Your Honor, this time, would like to order Tennessee amend that motion from what it reads as assault family, triangulation family to assault family household.
Any objection?
No, Your Honor.
All right, then next we are here to hear a request for a motion to set bond. And the defendant is entitled to a bond because he's on deferred adjudication. So have you all agreed to an amount or no?
We haven't even talked about the amount, Judge. Sorry.
I can, give me 2 seconds.
Sure.
We are not in agreement, Judge.
All right, so defense, it's your motion.
Judge, we just asked the court to take judicial notice of his prior bond amount and take into consideration what we now know to be the case he's actually on probation for, and set an amount that the court feels is appropriate.
All right, and state, what amount are you requesting?
The state would ask for an amount not less than $20,000, given the fact that the defendant was just placed on probation barely 3 months ago. That he essentially tried to do things his own way. He didn't do the state approved BIP course. He tried to do a different course that was unapproved. He failed to submit to drug test. Was failing to submit to the UA hotline. That's just one off the top of my head. I'll pull up the exact. I know that there was, he tried to buy a gun as well, Your Honor, which violates the affirmative finding of family violence that was issued in his original charge. Given all those activities within a short amount of time since he applied, state would ask no less than $20,000.
All right, this is what the court is going to do. The court is going to set your bond, and the reason why the court is setting a bond in this case is because legally I have to set a bond for you. The court will set your bond at $20,000. There's to be full GPS and the court will ask that the fees be waived. Is there anything else?
No, Judge, but
All
Okay.
right, Ms. Ferguson,
Yes, ma'am.
we need a date. Is this going to be a contested?
I don't believe so, Judge, but I'm going to stick around after we're done and confer with the state about potential resolutions.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, then set this in exactly 10 days for a contested hearing.
The, May 29th.
All right, we're gonna come back on May 29th.
Attendance Rivas?
Minute or two.
All right, who is here on Paul Garay? And after Garay, it will be O'Banion. And then it will be Morales. Probation, there are no applications in this case. Court is calling 2025 CR 0033460 State versus Paul Garay. Bad parties announced for the record.
Todd Coronado for Mr. Gray.
This is a lot of paperwork for a possession less than a gram. All right, and are you Mr. Garay?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, have you received all discovery? Did you review it with your client?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Mr. Garay, did you review the true bill of indictment with your attorney?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand it?
Yes.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
Yes, Your Honor.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented? Mr. Garay, did you review court admonishments with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, I do.
And did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes.
Did you understand your charge of possession of a controlled substance penalty group 1, less than 1 gram? That's a state jail felony. Range of punishment is anywhere from 180 days up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
I do.
If you have a plea bargain agreement with the state, the court does not have to follow that agreement. If for any reason the court does not follow your agreement and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses? The state would call in the right to remain silent. Did you understand by entering this plea, you were giving up those rights? And did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea in this case?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
That's correct, Your Honor.
Mr. Garay, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea?
No,
Anyone promised you anything other than the plea?
I know that.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
I am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. Did you review the plea bargain page with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes.
According to the plea, punishment is to be assessed at 103 days in the Bexar County Jail under 1244, and there's an $800 fine. Did you understand that for you, the plea?
I did.
Defense, is that the plea?
That is, Your Honor.
State, is that the plea? Did you review the waiver of appeal paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in both places?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, are there any such motions?
No, Your Honor.
Then to the offenses charged, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
State any evidence.
State offers states one in attachments.
No objections, Your Honor.
All right, state, you may be excused. Did you review the documents and title waiver and stipulations with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state will call in the right to remain silent?
I did.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports? But most importantly, there'll be no live testimony. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments. The court has reviewed the following. The court will find that there's sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and the court will find you guilty. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Your Honor.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Your Honor, he was basically was in the wrong place at the wrong time that evening, and he wants to put this incident behind him, get on with his life, because he's soon or turning 50 next year, so he wants to put this behind him and move on with his life. Is that correct, Paul?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, the court is going to find you guilty. The court will sentence you to 103 days in the Bexar County Jail under 1244. Give you credit for any time served. There's an $800 fine, time and money will run concurrent. There's to be no contact with the following people. Joseph Lee Angelus, Gregory Lee Green, Jennifer Lee Flores. Let's see. Just one moment. And there should be no contact with 12350 IH10 West, San Antonio, Texas 78230. Did you review the documents entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Right to Appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
And did you sign it?
I did.
Because this is a plea bargaining agreement, because I followed your plea bargaining agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand?
I do.
All right, we can go off the record. Here's the thing. When you're released from the Bexar County Jail, if you need help with your drug problem or to maintain your sobriety, if I am here, you can always come back here and I will pick up the phone and call for a place to help you. Because otherwise, only 2 things are going to end up happening to you, right? Either you're going to end up back and forth out of jail, back and forth out of prison, and your time is going to start running by very quickly because you're almost 50. So I'm in the same boat as you are, because if I have more of my life behind me than in front of me, unless I'm planning on living to be 200 or something. I hope it happens and I hope I'm in good shape. But if not, it's not going to happen. So if you don't end up in and out of prison, somebody's going to end up identifying your body, and you don't want that to happen, okay? All right, good luck to you, all right?
Thank you. It's what the Officer Wise said, the same thing. He said, you're a good guy and you're out there. One of these times it's gonna hit you in the butt, and it did because of being around the facilities.
Oh, yeah. And then you have a lot of things going on. You're homeless, you're living on the street.
Yeah.
You're using needles. You don't know if there's some kind of germ on the needle. And when people are giving you drugs and you're getting drugs, there's no FDA requirement. People are just mixing things. And if you were to die, you know what they say? That's okay. We have another customer. They don't care, right? All right, good luck to you,
Thank
okay?
you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Maybe excuse.
Yes.
Thank you.
All right, you ready on bacon? Sure.
Yes, Your Honor.
I was gonna do Miss O'Banion first, but okay.
Mr. Bacon and I are gonna request some opportunity for me to get the discovery.
All right, Mr. Bacon, come forward.
We've traded emails and I'm gonna get in touch with him as soon as I get a hold of the discovery.
Not cell phone number, so.
Yeah,
All right. Ms. Ferguson, I need a 30-day reset.
thank you.
All right, so we'll come back on June 12th. This will be your attorney. And once you sign the reset form, you're excused. State on bacon on June 12th, you need to be prepared to tender an offer.
Yes,
All right, thank you.
I'll give you a copy, okay? I'll give you a holler. Thank you.
All right, O'Banion. You can come up.
Yes,
All right, Ms. Abrams, on this one, they said that they had done a MIC evaluation. Thank you. We're going on the record in 2025 CR 0000451, State versus Leslie O'Banion. Could I have parties announced?
that's Dwight Chumley for Miss O'Banion.
Yes. All right, you entered a plea of no contest on May 12th of 2025. According to your plea bargain agreement,
May I give you this, ma'am? Ms. Susan Boyd?
to what point, why are you giving me that?
It's my waiver.
It's your
for
what?
you, ma'am. It's for you, Judge. Thank you.
No, what is it for? That's what I'm trying to.
Motions that I did.
All right, so here's the thing, you've entered a plea, unless that's a motion to withdraw your plea, that is, it's not appropriate at this time, okay? All right.
It kind of is. But
Well, I mean,
I would just like to, I did the work on it.
Your Honor, it's a
It's
writ of
okay.
it's a writ of habeas corpus.
It's a written motion to reduce state jail felony to misdemeanor.
All right, so the state jail felony is
And
not
writ
being,
of habeas corpus.
all right, the state jail felony is not being reduced to a misdemeanor. All right?
Well, I
No,
You know, because he's
no,
not
no,
really doing a job. for me.
no. He's actually doing an excellent job for
I don't
you.
agree, but okay.
Well, I mean.
That's what I got. So that's what I got to deal with. So I signed up
Well,
probation.
no. Here's the thing, what I'm telling you, and this is what I
I
want
just
you to
would
hear
like to
me.
go home
I want you to hear,
on probation, and that's what I signed for Monday, right, Ms. Boyd, Ms. Leslie O'Banion? I signed for 3 years deferred,
Mhm.
so. I did my cap of balance inside, so I'd like to be released to have probation, ma'am, thank you. That's what I find.
all right, so let me just tell you right now, that's not what you signed up for. What you signed up for is, there was a plea bargain that was entered into. And guess what happens with plea bargain agreements? I'm the person who sets conditions, and I'm sure your attorney told you that. So whether or not you're released today, it's really up to me. So that's where we are.
Yes, ma'am, thank you.
I don't know why people continue to think that
I
everybody
don't know
can.
why I
Here's
thought
the thing.
probation's outside the jail, and
All
it
right,
is.
so then what I'll do, if you're gonna continue,
No, ma'am.
if you want to continue to talk over me, then you can do so.
No, ma'am,
But you're
I
gonna
don't
be
wanna-
talking,
So I'm
but
sorry. please
you
forgive
are
me, ma'am.
going to be talking over me and talking by yourself. And what I will do is I'll just set this for another day. So
I'll quiet.
What I'm telling you
Yeah,
is, I do not understand why everybody thinks that they can be an attorney without a license. If everybody could be an attorney, then guess what? We would not have gone to school for it. So,
God bless you. ma'am.
Mr.
Thank you.
Chumley, thank you for your patience.
Thank you, sir, and thank you, ma'am.
All right, so this is
Miss
what,
Judge Stephanie Boyd, please forgive me, and I'm sorry, I'm just miss my family very much. So I've been in for 410 days and I would like to see my family. It's my birthday this month. And I miss my family tremendously.
well, here's the thing.
So I
If you
love my
could, if
family
you
and they love
continue,
me.
if you continue to commit offenses, then that's not showing love for your family, because the reason why you're not with your family now is because you've
I've
committed an
been away
offense.
from my family and I've
And actually, the offense
suffered very much
the
inside
offense,
Air County Jail, ma'am.
the offense that you have committed is
Okay,
an
cool.
injury to the elderly or disabled
Wow.
person, bodily injury. And that person is an elderly person. So that's why you are here. And what I can tell you is, if I follow this agreement, you are not going back to that location. You're not going to be allowed to be around any of those persons. Do you understand? Maybe she understands, maybe she doesn't. All right, so defense, this is my concern.
Okay.
My concern, have you all both read the MIC evaluation?
I have PTSD.
This is my concern in here. In my concern, she says she doesn't have any mental illness diagnosis, demanded that those be taken off the records, and that she will not be taking medications once she's released.
I have PTSD trauma. I do have that, ma'am. I do not have bipolar. So that seems to be a problem. It's outdated information from when I was 28 years old. I'm 48. I'm gonna be 49 this year. So that's very old medical stuff that's out of date, ma'am.
All
So
right.
I'm sorry for that, but that is actually true. I have PTSD, I have anxiety, I have trauma. That's what I do, diagnose it.
All right, probation.
Thank you.
How are we going to handle this? She's saying that once she's released, she's no longer going to take her medications.
I
Is
actually
there
am.
any?
So I have insurance. I'm gonna see my doctor. That's what I told the lady on the Taco Bell, ma'am. So I'd like to finish that, and I'm sorry she didn't put that in there. There's miscommunication happening, and it's really important to me, ma'am. I have insurance and I take very good care of my health. I actually have therapy set up for me already for when I'm released. I did that inside jail for the Rape Crisis Center. That's free therapy for me that I need. And I'm also going to go see my doctor and get on medication when I'm released. I take regular meds for myself and I take very good care of my health. I have health insurance. I'm on disability. So I plan on following up with my doctor I see currently in the Corey Market. I have a doctor already. I have a pharmacy at Walgreens. So that is not actually true. I'm saying I have to follow up with my doctors on the outside where I take care of my health. And
All right, so
my mental health
probation,
is important to me.
how are we going to address this issue? How do you suggest we
So
address it?
I'm gonna be taking meds. I will be complying with that. So that is not true, ma'am, and I'm sorry she wrote that. So
All
I
right.
wanted to clarify. Please forgive me,
Thank
but
you
that
for-
is important.
Thank you for your clarification.
Yeah.
Probation, how are we going to handle
So
this?
I will be taking my meds. So
Judge,
I need to get them adjusted. Thank you. With the
Judge.
proper physician. Mine.
we can,
I take meds.
Get
inside
it.
Air County.
we can get an authorization to obtain records to ensure that she is actually
Walgreens,
going
Lincoln
to.
Heights.
All right, just one second. So let me ask you something. Ms. O'Banion,
Yes.
it appears as though maybe you're not medically
They have
compliant
out of
with your
date.
medications. The reason why I say that is because you're not able to control yourself at all. You're speaking over everyone who is talking. I've asked probation a question. You keep interrupting her.
It's,
So
I'm not.
what,
gonna
let me do this. What do you want to say to me? I'm here to listen.
Ma'am, what's happened since I've been incarcerated is they have out of date information. So me trying to update somebody that has old information, like I said, on me when I was 28 years old is so out of date. It is. I'm 48 years old, ma'am. So I've changed my life. I went to prison in Plain State 10 years ago and I changed my life, and that does matter. Okay? So I live a very good and healthy life for myself. I take care of myself and I support my own self. I'm a single woman. I live alone. I have a pet. And that's what I do. I support myself. I don't rely on a man. I take care of myself. And I've lived that way for a long time. I'm very strong, independent woman. That's the way my mom raised me. So I'm blessed to have that. You know, I pay my bills. And I always have a pet because I have trauma. I've groomed animals, I'm retired. And so I always have a fur baby, you know. I gave up my son for adoption. And, you know, this was something. I forgave my stepdad. I didn't report it. And I felt sorry for him. He's an older man. So it's my fault for that. There is issues there. He is crazy and he has broken my bones in the past, ma'am. I just didn't feel right about doing something against my family. So it's okay if they say I did something to him, and that's fine. So I apologize, but this is what really matters to me is I love my family and I miss my family very much. My brother has my car waiting for me.
They do not want to have any contact with you according to the police report. So
That's
I'm
fine.
not gonna allow you to
but
have
I've
contact
talked to
with
my
him.
brother inside jail,
All
and
right.
that's my brother. I have other family members, man, and he's married.
Okay.
So that's not my mama.
Okay.
And that I can still talk to my mother. That's my mom. She's married to my stepdad. I'm gonna not talk to my stepdad. That's the person, Danny. Okay, so that's one individual. So I'd like to clarify that. I'm not gonna already get in trouble when I'm not even released out and I have families. There is toxic issues there. So that is a problem with that man. He has issues. So I will not be seeing my stepdad, period. I can see my mom on my own. She can come to my apartment. And that kind of thing, same with my brother. But, and his wife and kids, the same applies. I'm not gonna be seeing my stepdad though. I've already decided that myself personally. So I'm a strong woman, you know, but I love my other family. I'm not gonna not see them. They love me.
All right, is there anything else you want to say?
And please forgive me, ma'am. I do take care of my health and I'm sorry that I've tried very hard because it's important to me to update people that had information on me. And it is important because that's about my health. And that's when somebody has old information that's not current, it needs to be updated, just like medical files, you know?
All right, is there anything else you want to say?
And please forgive me, ma'am. I am a very respectful person.
Is there anything else you want to say?
I'm sorry for talking, ma'am, but
Oh, no, you can
This-
talk. I'm giving you time to talk right now. Is there anything else you want to say?
you can call me crazy and say that, but I
Oh,
do
no,
love
I'm
my
not gonna
family.
call- I will
I'm a
not-
very strong
I
woman.
will not call you crazy. Is there anything else
You
you want
can.
to say?
That's fine. I'm used
Well,
to people
I will
calling
tell
me
you
that.
this, I refuse to call you that.
Thank you. I don't like the stigma.
All right, so is there anything else that you
No,
want to say to me?
no, ma'am. And I think you're a very awesome judge. You're doing a great job. And you are. And thank you for helping me.
All right, probation.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Probation,
Yes, Judge.
how are we gonna handle the fact that in the MIC evaluation, they're saying that she's not gonna take her medications? What do you
So
suggest?
I am.
All right, so here's the thing. I'm giving you time to speak.
Yes.
I did not interrupt you. I let you talk for as long as you want to talk. So now it's someone else's turn to talk. So do not interrupt them. And I want you to hear me clearly and internalize what I'm saying. If you interrupt them, what's going to end up happening is I'm going to send you back to jail We are not going to hear this and I will bring you back on Monday. Do you understand? All right, probation. How do you suggest we handle this?
Judge, I think we should probably get an authorization of release so that we can be in contact with the individuals that are taking or prescribing medication, her doctors.
Mhm.
We can do a referral for Center for Healthcare Services. I believe the MIC evaluation indicates that she is not eligible for DDRF.
Yes.
However, she is eligible for the MIC caseload, I believe. And we could put her on the MIC caseload.
Okay. Is there anything else you think she would need?
Would you like to send me to DRF instead?
Did not tell you no more interrupting.
Go ahead.
Yes.
Never let me out. Send me to DRF. Go ahead. I pray every day.
Judge, I really can't think of anything else other than maybe, you know, a life skills course or moral recognition therapy or something like that.
Okay. All right, this is what the court is gonna do. Court is gonna sentence you to 3 years deferred adjudication. I'm sorry. 3 years deferred adjudication, regular reporting by Zoom or in person, regular random UAs, $1,500 fine, time and money to run concurrent. I'm sorry, that will be probated. Take in consideration 2025 CC 000947. There's an affirmative finding of family violence. There's to be no contact with Danny Cox, Timothy O'Bannon. There's to be no contact with 14450 Old Frio City Road in Lytle, Texas, 78052.
Can't ask.
There's to be, she's gonna be placed on the MIC caseload. Referral to Center for Health Care Services. The defendant is to sign a release for mental health information. There's to be anger management course. TAP evaluation. That can be done out of custody, follow recommendations. Field visits 1 time per month until further notice. And there's to be no contact with minors. Probation, is there anything else?
Oh, I hate children.
I'm sorry, what?
Like any type of employment or SSI.
Yes. Proof of employment or SSI within 30 days of release, no employment as a home health care provider or with minors.
I hate to ask you to do this, Judge, but can you give me that address again?
Yes.
She live in Bear County. You live in Bear County.
I'm gonna probably be relocating, I think.
Well,
So I
be right-
reside here now,
Okay.
but I will be relocating and moving my.
You do live in
location
Bear County.
No,
Where do you live?
yeah, I live nowhere right now.
All right, so
I haven't decided, I'm gonna be leaving. so I'll relocate.
You're to remain in Bear County until the court approves you to leave Bear County.
Cool. And
If
I'll
you
be
leave-
hiring a realtor.
If you leave Bear County, what will end up happening is a warrant will be issued for your arrest.
I can relocate with some
All right.
to another. city. Thank you.
Probation, is there anything else? Did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it? All right, counsel, did you review the trial court certification with her?
Yes,
And did you explain it to her?
yes,
And did she place her signature on the document?
yes.
All right, because this is plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Because this is an affirmative finding of family violence, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you need to speak to an attorney. All right, thank you. State, make sure that you make the complainant aware of what has happened here today and that
Can I have a
there's a
copy of
no
my
contact
probation
order.
paperwork?
Okay,
May I have a copy of probation paperwork?
you understand? All right, thank you.
My lawyer said it costs money. Oh, that's hard.
All right, Miss Abrams. She's to remain in custody until the TAP evaluation. Counsel, if you can approach, please. And do a TAP evaluation and a referral to felony drug court. All right, so based upon what your client said as she was going through the door, I honestly don't think it would be safe for the community or for her to be released from jail now. So we're gonna do a TAP evaluation while she's in custody.
Okay,
Do a referral to felony drug court. And
Yeah.
felony drug court can potentially address any mental health issues.
I think that's wise.
And also, if you want, we can also do a referral to the mental health court, which is across
Yeah.
the way. And state, if you have no objections, if they decide to accept her, because they'll only accept them if they're not on probation.
Right.
If they decide to accept her and you're in agreement with it, we can do a motion for a new trial and I'll grant
Okay.
it so that she can be there.
And I would like to say, just some, Your Honor, I did have her psychologically evaluated. She was found competent.
Mhm.
And then these things are fluid, and I understand that, but she's never not understood what's going on. She has ideas of what she wants to see happen, but
Mhm.
I think she needs help, obviously. She needs mental health. So,
And there's already a trespass order, a no trespass order in place with her family. I don't know if she understands that or
Right.
not, but.
thank you, Judge. Appreciate My your help. concern while we're here is that if we move her across to the next health court, my understanding that that's out of custody instead of in custody.
Well, not necessarily. They'll see what is appropriate for her. So if they decide that there's some sort of mental health treatment that she needs to do inpatient, they'll do that.
That's what I prefer. I just wanted her to be like mentally clear to rejoin the community, I guess you could say, because I don't think she's safe enough to rejoin the community.
Yes.
Thank you, Judge. And be excused?
Yes,
All right,
thank
appreciate
you. Oh, and probation,
Yes.
once the evaluation for felony drug court and TAP evaluation is done, she's not to be released, just have her brought back here.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
Cheers.
Yeah, that's to be done in custody.
Yes.
All right, Clinton Dixon. Clinton Dixon. Yeah, okay. All right, can you have them bring him out? All right. All right, and did y'all give me the paperwork to sign the dismissal on Fernando Jimenez? The one that was taken in consideration? Okay. Jimenez. They were supposed to contact Dr. Jimenez. All right, Adrian Morales. I was wondering where you are. You just pop up like bam. And you're here.
I slink around, Judge. A lot of training doing that.
I was just gonna say, where is he? I know he was supposed to be here. All right. All right, so where are we on discovery?
I think I have all the discovery that's in the state's possession at this point, Your Honor. I don't have any complaints on that front. There are other matters to address with the court, but it's in terms of discovery, that's
All right, what matters need to be addressed with the court?
Mr. Morales, as I'm sure the court is aware, has recently been arrested for another driving while intoxicated offense. This happened at the end of this past month on the 29th of April. He was given a bond in that particular case. However, I know that he's been granted without bond due to the bond violation by the court. Of course, we understand, and so I would respectfully request the court would consider giving him a bond. I think the state would be in agreement with that request. However, we know it's fully within your discretion, Judge, and you have a lot of different factors to consider on that. But of course, that would always be whatever terms you decide. If you grant him a bond, it would be very helpful to have him available to meet with me and speak with me so we could help develop his defense.
Right, so Mr. Morales, I don't take any of this as true because I haven't received anything. But the court's problem is you've picked up allegedly another DWI.
Yes, ma'am.
And that makes it a DWI third because you're here before me for DWI third.
Yes, ma'am.
So I'm not taking any of it as true. but we did have a previous violation
Yes,
report.
ma'am.
Where the court ordered ignition interlock and alcohol awareness course.
Yes, ma'am.
And it
And-
appears
Yes.
none of this is helping you. And part of setting bonds and setting conditions, it's for me to make sure that you're successful on bond, but also to protect the community. And it's obvious that I can't, with you, there's nothing I can do to protect the community because there's an allegation that you picked up another DWI. And if you are on ignition interlock for your DWI third and you pick up another DWI, that would mean that you're driving a vehicle that doesn't have ignition interlock on it because normally, unless somebody's figured out a way around the system, if you blow into the ignition interlock and it detects alcohol, your vehicle won't start.
Yes, ma'am. Correct.
So have they changed the way that works?
Ma'am.
So that would mean if you did have a DWI, one or two things have happened. To be driving, you would need to be in a vehicle that doesn't have ignition interlock. So one, you're violating your bond because you're in a vehicle with no ignition interlock, whether you're drinking alcohol or not.
Yes, ma'am.
That's one problem. Then the other problem is if you are drinking alcohol, again, you're in a vehicle with no ignition interlock. I don't think it's appropriate to have you placed on bond. Now, what I can tell you and what your attorney knows, in order to remand you without bond, there has to be a hearing and the rules of evidence apply. I'm not going to put the state on the spot to do a bond hearing today because I don't think they will be ready. Are you ready with witnesses?
Okay.
They're not ready with witnesses. So if you all want to set a hearing, you can set a bond hearing. The state will have their witnesses here. And then the court will make a decision on whether or not you should be given bond. But as of now, I am not going to give you a bond because I don't think it's appropriate. All right?
Yes, ma'am.
And I go through all of those explanations so you can make sure that I'm just not doing something just to be doing something or because I have something against you. It's just these are the rules that I'm bound by. And part of it is, even though I don't take any of this as true because I haven't received any evidence, but based on the charges, I have to make sure that the community is protected, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so counsel, you have all the discovery. State, were you able to tender an offer or no?
I don't know when it's been tendered yet, Your
Okay,
Honor.
and maybe it won't be tendered because you have the another DWI out
Okay.
there. So I'm gonna recall this. Can I have a 30-day reset, please? All right, so you know what? Give me a little bit farther out than June 12th. I'm sorry. All right, we're gonna come back on June 26th. At that time, state, you're to tender an offer.
Yes, sir.
And then if you confer with the state, if you want to have a hearing on your motion to set bond, if you confer with the state and the court, we'll hear it.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, is there anything else?
Nothing further.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
Your Honor, Dixon Clinton is out here.
Who's out here?
Dixon Clinton, you asked for him?
Oh, Clinton Dixon, if you'll come forward. Hello. Hi, so your case is being reset for Monday. So your attorney will be here on Monday, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you. Mm-hmm. All right, who's here on Orlando Medellin? Court is calling two thousand twenty-five CR 3618 State versus Orlando Medellin. Can I have parties announced?
David McLean for the defense.
And are you Mr. Medellin?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, have you received all discovery in this case?
I have, Your Honor.
And did you review it with your client?
I have, Judge.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Mr. Medellin, did you review the document entitled Application for Deferred Adjudication with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
I do, Your Honor.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
Yes, Judge.
Did you review the court admonishments with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand your charge of collision involving serious bodily injury as a third-degree felony? Range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 10 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine.
Yes, ma'am.
If you have a plea bargain agreement with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea. If for any reason the court doesn't follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you, and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
You have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state will call, and the right to remain silent. Did you understand by entering this plea, you were giving up those rights?
Yes, ma'am.
And did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea in this case?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand if the court were to grant your application for deferred adjudication, if for any reason your deferred adjudication were revoked, the court could find you guilty and sentence you up to 10 years in the prison and up to a $10,000 fine? Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
He has, Judge.
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
I do, Your Honor.
Do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
I do, Your Honor.
Mr. Medellin, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea?
No.
Anyone promised you anything other than the plea?
No.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. Did you review the plea bargain page with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
According to the plea, there's a $2,000 fine. State recommends deferred adjudication. This will run concurrent with 2024 CR 3777. They'll take in consideration 2024 AL 005538. Did you understand that to be the plea?
Yes, ma'am.
Defense, is that the plea?
It is, Judge.
State, is that the plea?
It is.
Did you review the waiver of appeal paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in both places?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand? Counsel, have you filed any such motions?
No, Your Honor.
Outside the agreement, the state is requesting that your community supervision be for a term of 7 years. There be a TAP evaluation, community service restitution, substance abuse treatment facility, no contact with the complainants or the addresses. Just one moment. Did you understand those were recommendations from the state and the court does not have to follow those recommendations?
Yes, ma'am.
Then to the offenses charged, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest? State, any evidence?
State offer states one in attachment.
Your Honor, I've reviewed that with my client. We have no objections.
All right, and with regards to 2024 CR 3777, I'm assuming that's a motion that's already been heard. What is that?
That was a case that the offense date and this case predates that case, but that case was indicted.
Ah.
This case. And so he's already been released on the third by the court, and that on the recommendation of the state in that case as well. And he has conditions for that case as well, and he's also awaiting the treatment that we started in that case.
All right, okay, thank you.
That's accurate, Judge.
Let's see. Oh, state, you may be excused, thank you. All right, after reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty. The court will defer finding of guilt as you apply for deferred adjudication. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Your Honor, we'd waive PSI.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Your Honor, this case has had some substantial lag in it. As Ms. Galloway just told the court, there was another case that was actually indicted and prosecuted before this case. My client's taken full responsibility for it. His insurance has taken care of the restitution in this matter. There's been a complete settlement and a waiver of all claims by the complaining witness. And so my client would just like the court to follow the plea bargain and ask that he'll be allowed to satisfy his debt to society.
All right, and so here's my question. Which treatment facility is he being sent to?
Looks
Is it
like
Saddle?
status.
Okay. All right, the court is going to sentence you to 7 years deferred adjudication. There's a $2,000 fine that will be probated. This is run concurrent with 2024 CR 3777. Taking consideration 2024 AL 00538. I'm sorry, 5538. He's to be held in custody until transfer to SATA. Proof of employment within 30 days of release. No employment as a home health care provider or with minors. Regular reporting by Zoom or in person. Regular random UAs. 200 hours of community service restitution. No contact with the previous stated address and the complainants in this cause number.
One other thing, if I could address the court.
Yes.
Your Honor, I am appointed to Mr. Medellin. We would request, if at all possible, to probate all or at least part of the fine.
I'll probate the fine.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. The defensive driving course. Field visits. 1 time per month until further notice, and that's to begin after release from custody. Probation, is there anything else? Is there anything else you need from the court in order to be successful? All right, did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand? Yes.
Is that a related condition challenge?
Yes. All right, we can go off the record. Here's the thing, and I've told you this before, so I'm telling it to you again. When people are placed on probation, the state is hoping they'll be successful. Your attorney believes you will be successful. I'm wanting you to be successful. If there's anything that you need help with and you feel you can't address it with probation, or you tried to address it with probation and they're not hearing you, you can always come back to the court to address it with me. Do you understand?
Yes.
All right, good luck to you. You're welcome.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Have a seat, sir.
My record, so I've got it. I'm sorry, Eddie. Yeah, it's just.
Oh, and probation, if you'll please note that the restitution in that case is satisfied It should be already be in there. Because he's awaiting transfer to there and he couldn't because this case is open. All right, if we could do that then. Council,
Yes, sir.
on the motion.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yes. On the
That's
motion
good.
to
What
revoke.
Judge, it was.
Okay, all right, she's gonna add it to the other case as well, so there won't be any holdup.
That sounds great.
All right,
That sounds
thank
good.
you.
That's fine. Thank you.
All right, the people we have left on the docket are
We have another key.
Jeffrey Guerrero,
I haven't had a chance to chat with you.
all right, Felipe Reyes,
I haven't client. Had a chance. I'm talking to Matt Slager, but this morning I haven't had a chance to talk.
okay. Random Mob, all right, thank you. Justina Salcedo,
Judge, I haven't been able to get a hold of Ross. I sent him a text message and I contacted.
all right, let me see that file. And I need to see the file on Shayna Gonzalez. Just one moment, okay? You're welcome. All right, Ms. Salcedo? Yes. Yes.
Ross has been my attorney over a year now, and the whole time he's been my attorney, he doesn't contact us, never answers.
Well, let me stop you right there.
Okay,
Is he a hired attorney?
yes,
All right, so that's something that I don't have any control on it over. All I can do is set it on the docket and
what's
have
that?
it- well, you come back to court and your attorney needs to appear. If your attorney were appointed, there would be other avenues for me to take. So
Okay,
what I'm going to do is I'm gonna recall you for Monday.
okay.
And hopefully your family will get into touch with him and tell him he needs to be here.
Yes, my mom does a very good job of trying to keep in touch with all that stuff for me, but I want to tell you this, I did some motions to fire him.
No,
and
no, here's the thing. Let's wait till your attorney is here.
Okay,
So we're gonna bring you back on Monday,
all
okay?
right, and that's
The 19th.
the 19th, Monday. Okay,
All right, we'll see you back then, okay?
okay, appreciate it. I just go this way?
Yes.
Okay, okay, thank you.
He's not on via Zoom, is he?
No, he's not.
I just have a note in the system.
Mhm.
Here, if I do.
Yes. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm not allowed to give you pins or anything. You'll have to speak to the deputy about that. It's for security purposes. You're welcome. You're welcome. Have a good one. You too.
If I want to speak, excuse me.
Yes.
Thank you, Your Honor. Have a good weekend.
All right, you too.
I apologize about that.
Oh, no, it happens. No, I mean, we can only do what we can do, you know? Just one moment.
Yeah, they were still there.
Okay, thank you. Random Mob. If you come down, and how do you pronounce your last name? Is it Mab? All right. Court is calling 2025 CR 004527 Stace versus Randall Mab. Could I have parties announced?
James Scott Sullivan for Mr. Mapp.
And are you Mr. Mab? Counsel, you received all discovery. Did you review it with your client?
Yes, I did.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Mr. Mab, did you review the true bill of indictment with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
Yes, I did.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented? Mr. Mab, did you review the document entitled admonishments with your attorney? Did you understand it and cite it in all the appropriate places?
Yes.
Did you understand you're charged with offense of theft of property, less than $2,500 with 2 or more convictions as a state jail felony? Range of punishment is anywhere from 180 days up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes.
If you have a plea bargain agreement with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes.
You have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses. The state will call in the right to remain silent. Did you understand by entering this plea, you are giving up those rights?
Yes.
And did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea in this case?
Yes.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
He does, Your Honor.
Do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
Both, yes.
Mr. Mab, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea?
No.
Anyone promised you anything other than the plea?
No.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. Did you review the plea bargain page with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes.
According to the plea, punishment is to be assessed at 8 months in the state jail facility and there are no applications. Did you understand that to be the plea?
Yes.
Defense, is that the plea?
Yes, it is, Your Honor.
State, is that the plea?
It is, Your Honor.
Did you review the waiver of appeal paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yeah.
And did you sign it in both places?
Yes.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes.
Counsel, do you have any such motions?
No, Your Honor.
Then to the offenses charged, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
State any evidence?
No, objection.
All right, state, you may be excused.
Did you review the stipulations and waivers with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call, and the right to remain silent? Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports? But most importantly, there'll be no live testimony. Did you understand?
Yes.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments, and the court will review the same. After reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty. The court will find you guilty. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes.
Yes, Sean.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
I'll let my client address the court. Go ahead, buddy.
Yes.
I wanted to ask you, they said that, he said I'd have to ask you, I was trying to get deferred so I didn't have a felony.
Well, I want Gretch you deferred on this because it appears that you can't stop stealing. So there's no need, if you don't want to have a felony on your record, you know the easiest way not to have a felony on your record? Don't pick up felonies.
No, he's ready to be sentenced, Your Honor.
All right, the court is finding you guilty. The court is going to sentence you to 8 months in the state jail facility, give you credit for any time served. There's to be no contact with any quick trip. And they spell it in here as QUICKTRIP. And I'll suggest a therapeutic community. Did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendants' Rights to Appeal with your attorney? Oh, and I'm sorry, and there's to be no contact with Amanda Vogt V-O-G-T Martinez. All right, did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendants' Rights to Appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it and did you sign it?
Yes.
Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waived your right to appeal, you don't have the court's permission to appeal. Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to possess or own any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand? All right, we can go off the record. Here's the thing. How old are you?
36.
All right, 36. And you're out here in the world stealing beer from Quick Trips. Guess what? Quick Trip, these other places that you're committing thefts at, they're trying to run a business. And in running a business, they like for people to pay what they take. So, and you're telling me, I really don't want to have a felony on my record. You are a grown adult. It's not like you're 18 or you're 12 and you keep going into stores taking items that don't belong to you. And you're going to have to sit and ask yourself this question. As you're doing your 8 months in jail or at the state jail facility, which is day-to-day time for some beer that costs you $13, you need to ask yourself, is $13.50 worth 8 months of my time in the facility? If you think it is, you'll continue on this path. And at some point in time in Texas, people end up getting shot, getting killed for taking things that don't belong to them. And then you know what people say? They say, oh, well, sorry, that's so sad. And they keep moving. So if you don't want that to be you, you need to stop stealing. All right, good luck to you. All right, Shayna Gonzalez, you say she's on GPS, she's not in custody?
Yes, Judge, and I like to leg monitor.
All right, Norma, have you got in touch with Mr. Michael Bellevue?
No, I haven't.
No, I want you to call Mr. Bellevue and let him know that his client is supposed to be in the 187th. And since she's not here, a warrant is going to be issued for her arrest.
I know that my judge, my court appointment has asked me to, limit some stuff, so, like I said, my name is Felipe Reyes. I'm a videographer. I'm from Houston, Texas. And, I'm an immigrant. Sorry.
No problem.
And, I own a company named Trap Visions.
Mhm.
And I don't know nothing about the judicial system, man, honestly.
All right, so let me explain
Yeah.
something about the judicial system, okay? And I understand that sometimes people find themselves in situations, they're young, maybe they're doing dumb things. But let me tell you how the legal system works in general, and then I'll tell you how it works in the 187
Yeah.
District Court, okay? So this is what ends up happening. A person gets arrested by the police. Maybe they get arrested, maybe they don't get arrested. Maybe you're just out and about and the police have investigated an offense, but maybe you're not at the scene, right?
Yeah.
So you may end up having a warrant and you don't even know you have a warrant. You're just out and about enjoying your life, and then you get arrested. Now, sometimes you get arrested at the scene. Now, when you're arrested, either if it's at the scene or not at the scene, what ends up happening is there's a process where you get booked. And a magistrate will read you your rights, which will tell you about the right to remain silent. We can have an attorney appointed for you if you can't afford one. If you can afford one, you can hire one. And they'll go through this process where they take information from you to see if you qualify for a court-appointed attorney. And they'll tell you can talk to people if you want to talk to the people. And by people, I mean police officers, prosecutors from the state. But if you talk to them, anything that you say may be used against you in a further proceeding. If you have an interview with them, you can stop that interview at any time. So once the police officers do their investigation, if they believe a crime has been committed, you get arrested, a bond gets set, and then that case is sent to the DA's office. They do their discovery on it. Then ultimately you end up in some court. The court you end up in is sort of random. There's some exceptions, like if there's a co-defendant in the court or something, but otherwise it's just a random court you end up in. Then you get appointed an attorney. That attorney looks at the information that the state has. In your case, you're charged with a drug case. So what they look at is they'll look at the police reports. When they look at the police reports, they will look at certain things to make a determination. Hey, is this a stop in a vehicle? If it's a stop in the vehicle, then they want to know, was this a good stop? Why did the police pull you over? If it wasn't a situation as that, if police had a search warrant for your arrest, a search warrant for property or something for your home, then what will end up happening is then that attorney will look at that search warrant and see if that search warrant has probable cause in it. Or if there's a arrest warrant, they'll look and see if the arrest warrant is appropriate. So once the attorney does all of that and says, you know what, this stop appears to be great, or this search warrant or this arrest warrant is a good search or arrest warrant, then they start looking at the facts of the case. And they look at the facts of the case by reviewing police reports or whatever the state may have. If this is a drug case, which is it meth? Is it cocaine? Is it heroin? What type of drug that they're saying you possess? And is it an illegal substance, something that you're not allowed to have? Cocaine, marijuana, meth, heroin, right? They'll look at that and they'll see if there's a report in there from a chemist saying, we tested these drugs and it's heroin, meth, cocaine, or whatever it may be. And then they'll look at the chemist so that chemists can say, what's the weight of this drug? So you're charged with manufacturing delivery, penalty group 1, 4 to 200 grams. So he wants to know, is the chemist saying the weight of it is between 4 and 200 grams? If it is, and the chemist is saying, hey, yeah, this is heroin, meth, whatever it may be, then the next thing he will do is, in this court, I require that the defense get an offer. They'll get an offer from the state. And you can either accept the offer or not accept the offer. If you choose not to accept the offer, then what will end up happening is you will have a jury trial. Witnesses will be called by the state. Based upon this, I'm assuming they're gonna call the police to come in and say why they ended up arresting you, what they saw, what they heard, things of that nature. Of course, there'll be rules of evidence, hearsay and that type of thing. They'll call in the chemist. The chemist will say, these are the drugs that were brought to me by the police. I weighed them. This is how much they weigh. I tested them. This is what it came back as. That's it. Normally with drug cases, at least when I was practicing law, the only way to sort of help your client, or I don't want to say help, but the only question really is it a good stop? Is the search warrant good? If the search warrant is good, or if the stop is good, you're pretty much stuck like Chuck a little bit, because it is, are these drugs? Chemist is going to come in and say, these are drugs. The chemist is going to come in and say, this is how much it weighed. The chemist is going to say, yep, this is all I did. And usually the chemists don't have a dog in the fight. They don't know you. Their job is just to get drugs from the police or whatever agency, test it to see what it is, and put in their report, I tested these drugs. This is how much it is. And what I can tell you with chemists, they're not going to measure the full 200. If you're charged with possession with intent for the 200 grams, they're not going to test 200 grams. They're just going to test enough to get where it needs to be. If they think it's a lot, they'll test probably about 20 grams, because then you're between the 4 to 200 grams. If it's 1 to 4 grams, they're probably going to test till they get to about 2 grams and a little bit more. And then that's it. And usually there's really nothing to cross the chemist about, unless it's a bad chemist, has some bad things in their past as far as their inability to test and identify drugs. So usually the chemist part is out the window because they don't have a dog in this fight. Then the state will call the police officers in. Your attorney will have a chance to question them. So here are your choices today. You have a plea deadline date. Your plea deadline date was extended. You can either accept this plea, or either you can go to a bench trial or a jury trial. Those are your 3 choices. So 1, do you want to accept the plea? Yes or no? I don't know what the plea is, but do you want to accept it? And if the answer is no, what's going to end up happening, the court will not accept any plea bargaining agreements in this case without good cause. Otherwise, you're going to have to plea open to the court. So first question, have you received an offer from the state?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you want to accept it? Yes or no? State, do you want to give him till Monday?
Judge, I'll leave it open till Monday. I left it out open till today and, well, after rejected it, but I will leave open the.
All right, so here's the thing. Monday is going to be your last day. And when I say,
Take the deal.
well, no, here's the thing. I don't want you to be rushed. Are you sure this is what you want to do?
Want to get out in more years if I take it to
No,
trial.
no, here's the thing.
Yeah,
What I will do is, they're saying they're going to keep it open till Monday.
yeah.
We're going to have you come back on Monday. Your defense attorney is going to be here at 9 a.m. on Monday.
I'll visit him this weekend.
All right. And then we will bring you over. And if you want to accept the offer, then I'll hear it and I'll go from there. And what I can tell you is, when the state presents their evidence to me, even though you're entering a plea of it, I still have to review it and see if the state has proved their case beyond a reasonable doubt. So I'm another person who looks at it, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so we're gonna bring you back on Monday, and after that, there will be no further extensions.
Appreciate you, ma'am.
All right, thank you.
Thank
Have a
you.
good one.
You
You
too.
too. All right, we will be back